Now, we have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, all by His grace, which is no small grace either. Let us celebrate this grace and recall a particular incident on this day, on the eve of the Aradhana day. The Aradhana celebrations are being done on a different day from February 20th, because this is according to the Hindu calendar. After Bhagwan left his body on the February 20th, all those devotees have been thrown into confusion. And a deep agony of separation, especially those who have been very closely associated with his physical living. At the time, the family of Shri Gajarajji from Avani, they had come to know about the Mahasamadhi of Bhagwan. So all the people there at home rushed to Tiruvannamalai, leaving behind Bommi. Bommi, for some reason, could not come with them. She felt very left out. What was more, she could not even have the last darshan of Bhagwan. Just imagine what she would have felt. She stood before Bhagwan's photo and cried her heart out. She was asking him, shaking him, why would you leave me out? Why couldn't I come? Why did you do this to me? I cannot have your darshan. She was crying endlessly, copious tears, drowning in her own sorrow. And suddenly she heard a knock at the door. She went and opened casually, but to her great delight, amazement, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, with his beautiful, bewitching, characteristic smile, he strode past her as though he was very familiar with the place, that he had been inside that house several times before. That was the way he walked, with a sense of familiarity. Immediately she ran and put up a chair for him, saying, "Swami, please sit here." Of course, she was at a loss to know what to do. Bhagwan sat there, smiling all the time. I said, "Bommi," with great love and tenderness, he said, "Bommi, please give a cup of buttermilk to this beggar. Bring a cup of buttermilk for this beggar." She ran immediately and got it ready, and by the time she came out, he was not there. It was only an empty chair that welcomed her, and she was once again lost completely, at a loss to know what to do. What happened? She could hardly get over his physical presence there, and before that, this has happened. She once again cried and cried and cried. But she was also happy that she saw him. He came right to the place where she was living, gave darshan to her. And then she knew that Bhagwan had not left her at all. He is still around, ready to give his darshan for those who seek. Who seek truly, in depth, who could not breathe without his darshan. And Bhagwan, we hear many stories from people, from devotees, and from our own experience. We see him, we spot him here and there, at times least expected, walking and blessing people. He is now the form of light and grace, all pervasive, all knowing, all powerful presence, vibrant presence, organizing everything. He is the secret hand behind all the happenings in the ashram and elsewhere in the devotees' lives. His Nama is a very dynamic, powerful, constant companion, helping, guiding, protecting, and transmuting us into pure gold. All the time, the process is going on. It's progress all the way. So let's remember, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, I mentioned one particular incident when he was traveling in the train, ticketless. Suddenly the railway police rounded up all those people, and Yogiji was in rags. A policeman kicked him out in the middle of the night, and the train was moving slowly towards the next station. He landed with a thud in a field, and he found there was 1 foot water, and he said, "It's all Father's grace." Middle of the night, there was no light. There could have been snakes around. Why would he do that? Why do these people go through such terrible sufferings? We have to remember. It is for us to remember and not complain about our own sufferings. They had gone through the extremes. So when such happenings happen in our life, it's very important to remember what they had gone through for our sake. And we should try to see only grace in this, in all these happenings, even in the sufferings of life. Joys and sorrows, they alternate. But these great masters have taught us again and again that every happening is a blessing from God, specially and specifically arranged for us to give a push towards God. And therefore, a definite blessing. So let's submit our today's prayer at the feet of Bhagwan, begging him again and again for his immediate divine intervention to free the entire humanity from the dreadful grip of this virus and its variants and bring back normalcy everywhere in the world. Bhagwan kindly uproot all the negativities from our mind, from the atmosphere, so that we be filled with your name and your grace. Kindly arrest all the spreading diseases. Enter those appropriate medicines so that they would work. And help all those brave soldiers who labor hard for the sake of the others. Give them protection and a boost to the economy. Above all, we beg you, as we do every day, for constant remembrance of your powerful name and the awareness that you are working through us. We are only puppets in your hands. You are the divine puppeteer, activating our very breathing. Let us go through our everyday life with this awareness, with deep gratitude. Offer our every action at your holy feet. And only you should bless us to be able to see your grace, your compassion in every happening of our life. Be it a joy or sorrow, it's you all around. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.